Right.
And my spirit I
And it's happening today, right?
shall not enter into my rest.
And you also said that Christ came and died for us. So the us that Christ came and died for, who is that? Is that everybody?
Everybody.
Everybody on the planet?
Yes.
You sure about that?
Christ came and died for the whole world.
Matthew 15 and verse 24. Let me show you something, my sister, because this is so, based on what you were saying, is something that we were conditioned and we were indoctrinated in the church. Christ did not come for everybody.
Alright, in other words.
He did not come to save everybody either.
No, man.
Watch this. Read, listen. This is out of Christ's own mouth. Listen what he said.
The book of Matthew, chapter 15 and verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
So Christ came only to the house. The last. No, hold on. Let me show you. Go to Deuteronomy 28. Let me show you who the last sheep is. It's a nation of people who lost their identity altogether and walk around today not knowing that they are the Israelites. That's our people right here. And how you're going to identify who the Israelites are today, we're going to Deuteronomy 28 and we're going to show you the condition that the Israelites are going to be in today. That is how you're going to identify them. Not everybody are Israelites. And not everybody have, not, this didn't happen to everybody that we're about to read. Hold on. No. Who's the whole world he was talking about in John 3:16? Who's the whosoever? So alright, let me give you an example. If I'm a teacher grade 4 and I'm addressing grade 4 and say whosoever want to pass the end of term test, study chapter 1, 2 and 3. Am I talking to any whosoever? Am I talking to any whosoever? You have to look at the audience in which Christ was speaking. Right? Hold on, but I'm going to show you something that, so the whosoever I'm talking about is grade 4. I'm not talk to grade 5, I'm not talk to grade 1.
Right.
Alright, so that is the audience.
So in other words, the person who accepts Christ, those are
Hold on. So we're talking about John 3:16. The context in John 3:16 is Christ having a dialogue with another Israelite. So he's not making reference to anybody outside of that. So when he said whosoever, he's saying whosoever the Israelite. But one thing at a time. Let me show you the condition. Alright. So let me show you the condition now how you identify the children of Israel today. Watch this.
Which Moses spake unto Israel on the side of Jordan in the wilderness.
Moses is talking to the children of Israel. Specifically. Now let's see what Moses prophesied to happen to the children of Israel in the last days. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. Read verse 1.
Verse 28 and 1. Okay. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So Moses addressed the Israelites and said, Israelites, if you listen and follow God, he's going to bless you and put you above all nations. So if you're putting a nation above, does that mean that everybody is equal? No. So the Israelites follow the commandments and God is going to put them above everybody else. If the ark, but guess what? Something happened. Verse 15. Did the Israelites obey God? Alright.
Alright, let me tell you the truth.
Hold on, sis. Hold on, sis. Before we go there, so we want to establish something. One thing at a time. We know in a hurry, you know. Alright. So, Moses addressed the Israelites. We get that, right? Read what Moses said to the Israelites. Verse 15.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So this is the flip side now, my sister. I'm saying to them, listen and do the commandments. I'm going to set you above high. But if you don't do them, what will happen?
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So curses were going to come upon the Israelites. What are some of the curses that we can identify the Israelites today? Because remember, you know, the Israelites don't know what them is, you know. So, alright. Right. Did it something to everybody? This time to the Chinese. What you identify here on this? What does this look like to you? Look on the man back. What is happening here? Who do these people look like to you? They are slaves. Did this condition happen to everybody? Only one nation of people, one set of people, right? The Pharaoh of Egypt and of the Israelites in bondage. And Moses tell him, say, God, I'm going to put you back in the same condition, but this time in a different way, which we can identify. We're going to go in the Bible and we're going to prove this. Because would you say, what does this look like? What does this look like to you? A slave ship. A slave ship. You know that this is in the Bible? You say, you're learning something today. So you don't run away? Well, watch this now. You're going to learn something today. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. Let me show you, that this condition are going to happen to the children of Israel.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So remember, you mentioned that them did under Pharaoh in Egypt. So Moses tell the children of Israel, I'm going to put you back into Egypt again. So that means that the children of Israel, at what point in time? So let me show you the way now. Let me show you what happened to the Israelites. Let me show you the Egypt that I'm going to read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
At what point in history is it ever recorded that the children of Israel went back into Egypt in ships? It's metaphoric, meaning it's a simile. It's comparing the condition of where they were in Egypt to another condition. It said with ships. Let me show you what Egypt means.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5 and verse 6. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
From the house of bondage.
From the house of bondage. Egypt means house of bondage. Our people buy ship from Africa over into India and China. Our people build a great wall of China because we were slaves there. So this is talking about captivity by transporting us on ships. So it will show you who the Israelites are today. Because only that nation of people that go back into slavery on ships are the Israelites, nobody else. So you can make the connection that your ancestors come over here on ships. On this? Because of disobedience. But guess what? Let me show you what the curses are. Go back to Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Read 28 and 15 again.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
There's a curse is going to come upon us and overtake us.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is